The fun has ended. We're down to having to use our hands and manual labor. And of course we choose the day that it's like 106 degrees and 106% humidity. Are we having fun?
Well, apparently one of those buckets you grabbed yesterday must have had 5,000 nails and staples in it, because I sit down to pick one up and I found I don't know how many so far. So I'm covering this little area. You can go ahead and do that.
That's all the scrap metal. Well, that's all the scrap metal we are going to pick up. What's left will probably end up in our tires. But that's a 40-yard dumpster. It is just about full. We probably squeeze a little bit more scrap metal in there. But the question is, it's a $200 fee to bring a dumpster out here and take it back to the scrap yard. Do we have $200 worth of metal in that dumpster?
Yes. We don't have enough to get it for free. You gotta have 5 tons for them to bring it for free, and we don't have 5 tons. But I think we've got $200 worth for sure.
And in case you were wondering why we didn't haul it ourselves, well, with our 1969 International dump truck over there.
No, that's not that, but this scrapyard is a little bit better, but they're farther away. But some of the scrap yards around here, they're worse than Bankers. They're open from 8 to 4, Monday through Friday. So if you work a day job or something like that, you can't get anything up there. So they don't work on Saturday and 8 to 4. So I can't take it locally because I got to make 5 trips. So I got to take a day off of work to go make $200 in scrap metal. That's why we got the dumpster.
Because now we've got it done in probably what? Once you consider us working on it yesterday and today, it probably took a full day to get this done.
No, I'd say we only worked on it. Once we already had the piles, so you had to get the piles no matter how you did it. And it took us, if somebody hadn't dumped the buckets of nails and bearings and screws that we had to pick up by hand.
It was that dang farm helper.
We would have only been up here, what, 2 hours loading it.
Yeah. So, it's gone. It's done. That means what's left on the pit over there, my pit project, will be dirt work and rocking around it, and then it will be done too. But we are working on the combine. So you see this little thing right there, how it's got O-rings on it. Now what this thing does, I have no idea. But it hooks up on there, and we are having a hydraulic leak, and this is the hydraulic pump for our transmission. So this is what makes the combine move. It just
hydrostatic drive,
whatever that means. But it was leaking oil, and then your high trans fluid falls on the floor at $25 a gallon. And every year when you have to put 5 gallons of fluid in there, that adds up real fast. And I would show you us changing all this, but as you can see, the sheet metal is right here. You can see how there is no room at all to work. For us to get the little cap thing off with the O-rings, we had to pry out on the sheet metal and take a bunch of bolts out to get it off because it was so tight. So we're just going to tell you about it. The world is coming to an end sooner than you think. It's just really messed up. Look, even gravity has stopped working. Unbelievable the amount of crap that happens to me. I mean, it's just going to sit there because I'm not shoveling that. I know it's wet dirt, but if you haven't noticed, we're building a new dirt bike track. So that's why we're hauling dirt down here, and the dozer is down here. And the excavator will make its way down here eventually, but it had dead batteries also. Another reason why the road ain't working right. So if you want to know the progress I've made so far, here it is. Here's the takeoff. There's the landing. And it rained last night. But this all used to be motocross whoops right through here. And we're going to make a big double right here. Which in other words is basically this, if you're a farmer, but a lot bigger. We're going from dirt work, dirt bike tracks, back to the combine. We're all over the place here. But we have our sieves out. So for the ones of you that do not know, these are the upper layer of the sieves. So this is what separates the corn from all the other materials, such as the leaves and trash. So if you guys can see way back in there, up there where those augers are at, there's like little dividers up in there. So not every combine has those. We have those strictly for we farm a lot of hillsides, and that helps keep your grain even across your whole area here when it's coming across. And what those waves are mounted on, underneath of it's a plate that helps the grain slide down onto the sieves, and that plate has gotten cracked and it is now needed to be welded, but we're inside a combine with very flammable material, so water hoses and fire extinguishers will be required. So back there where that pin is coming through, there's a whole arm on the outside, and that pin last harvest fell out, which caused this whole side of the sieves, the 2 layers of sieves right here, to drop down, which in our theory is what caused it over there to break in that corner. And what we were talking about are the things back there that look like little fingers sticking out. And that thing is brand new. When we bought the combine, the old one was actually just welded in. And that one is brand new. And it was bolted in. And now it is broke.
Still got plastic on it. It hasn't even wore the plastic off yet.
And now, so we're just going to weld it in like the previous owners did. There are your bottom sieves right there sitting inside. And your top sieves are going to slide on this piece of angle iron right here. And like I've said earlier, having 2 sets of sieves is just like a double filter system to separate the corn from the trash. Sieves are in place, we just have to bolt them down now. But for our bean ground, we're going to be doing something different. So in the previous video, you guys have heard me talking about we bought a new addition for our combine. So right here, we have these plates, and these just go on the normal cones that go up there on the spreaders. But these plates are bigger than the ones that are on there. So when they come to meet in the middle, there is no gap left. It will cover all areas so no trash can fall through the middle. But we also bought this thing right here. It's just a little hydraulic chaff spreader that mounts on the rear axle down there. So when the trash slides down that plate right there, it goes straight on that spreader and spreads out. Because last year when we were doing it, it just left a big trail in the middle due to this combine being older and not as updated as the newer ones. So we found some companies that you can buy like a double spreader kit that has a spreader right here, and then you also have a spreader down there, and they were pretty pricey. So we got to looking around and we found it at a salvage yard, that spreader right there, for half the price. So that is why it's came here, because money. How do you think it turned out?
Turned out alright. We're an amateur track builder.
I did better than what you would have done.
I wouldn't have done it.
See, I told you. But it is done. You will see this a lot more probably in the future. But this is just something for me. As you know, my hobby is riding dirt bikes. So this is something for me to practice on and get ready for in the races in a few months when they come around. Also, this coming up week will be the Farm Progress Show in Decatur, Illinois. I will not, unfortunately, get to get there until Thursday, the last day of it. So if you're going to be there Thursday and you see us walking around, feel free to come and stop by, say hi, take pictures with you and sign your autograph for free too. So anyways, if you're there, I encourage you to go. It's a really cool show. It's better than the farm machinery show. It's just like the farm machinery show, but it's better because it's outside and it's not as crowded. But anyways, we will be there that Thursday. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, faith, family, farming. See you in the next one.